What's up, everybody? Matter Trades here. Wow, the market has just been pretty ugly this month. At the very least, let's just say that. Um, if we go, let's see, let me fix the screen here. Uh, so if we're just looking at the S&P 500 right now, today it looks like we're bouncing back a little bit. Not a percentage as of right now. We're down in pre-market, but yeah, if you look at the last month, down almost 9.5%, which is crazy. Um, Now it's interesting to look at. So this is the peak right here, just at the end of the year, and then things started to kind of go down from there. Um, I don't think we're quite at the bottom yet. And this is just my opinion. I could be completely wrong. Um, but if you look, this is the last 5 year chart. So this is COVID, and that was pretty steep, deep drop right there. And if we look at what's going on right now, I don't think we're quite the same as far as how deep it's gone. It's not been as steep, um, but I'm kind of thinking the amount it drops is going to be similar to what happened at COVID. And then I don't think that the recovery is going to be quite as strong. So who knows? Maybe it keeps going down a little bit, and then we just you know, stay flat or keep going down, or maybe there is a decent balance. But I think the sentiment in the market right now is that inflation is high. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of things at play right now that are affecting markets. Like right here, it was just COVID. And then, here there's the war in Ukraine, there's inflation, there's gas prices. There's a lot more going into this that could cause this trend to be more of a long-term trend, which I again certainly hope not. But I think my advice right now is just kind of prepare for the worst, um, and don't be surprised if this keeps going down. Obviously, that is not what I hope happens. um, Now, as you can see, if we go back, my portfolio looks a lot different than what it did in my last video. So a few videos ago, I was actually close to 39,000. So I'm just going to go over a little bit what's been happening. So I had to take about $7,000 out to pay for taxes, blah. And then in one of my first videos, I mentioned that I'm currently building a house and we're getting somewhat close to closing. So a portion of my portfolio is going to be taken out to go toward the rest of my down payment on that house. And then, of course, we have to cover all the closing costs as well, which was about I took out about how much did I take out? About $13,000 or so. And then, of course, the market this month has just been absolute trash. Like I'm literally down almost $8,700 just about, just for the month, which really hurts a lot. Um, so I to sell all those positions, or to withdraw that money, I had to sell all the positions that I was in that I wasn't collecting premium on. So basically, just stocks I was just holding on to. Um, as of right now, um, the uh, um, the positions I'm in are looking pretty ugly, and all I'm doing right now is just selling calls in a really cautious and safe way. So if we go to my trades here, pretty much everything from this, all of these are my trades just for May. And I'm really working on just buying down, or sorry, collecting premium on these positions and lowering my cost basis as much as I possibly can. And again, cost basis just means the amount you have to sell your stock to break even. And the more premium you collect, the lower your cost basis is going to be. But I've been very active, keeping a close eye on it. The last thing you want to do is have your shares called away and actualize those losses. So I'll put my strike in a pretty dang safe position, and then I'll buy it back when it's about 50% profit. That's kind of what these are. These orange Orange boxes means that I'm buying back that position to close it, and then I'm opening it up. Or as you can see right here, if it's not that, I'm rolling. I'm rolling a lot of my positions. Um, Again, just keeping it in a place where it's very, very low that it's going to get called out, or that my shares are going to get called away, actualizing those losses. So kind of playing the long game with these positions here. Still going to continue to collect premium. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go over exactly how I track my options. This chart more or less. I think it's always a good idea to track your trades if you're going to be active in selling options, because it can give you a lot of information that your broker, or at least Robinhood, isn't going to give you. Things like what your cost basis is and your year to date just on your premium collected, or month to date, or your total return on investment with premiums. Um, and it's good just to see from a different aspect or viewpoint from what positions you're currently in and what is exactly going on. Having all that information right there. So the first thing, ticker symbol is this first column here. Whatever the stock is, you'll put there. The date that your trade is executed, at what strike price, are you buying or selling, and then are you buying or selling puts or calls. And also in this column, also have a roll, which basically means I'm just rolling that position. It's a fairly new feature in Robinhood, which basically means you're buying to close and then selling to open at the same time as one transaction. So yeah, buy, sell, or roll, if it's a put or a call, the expiration date, what the cost or the premium that you're getting on that. If I'm buying a stock back, or buying an option in general, um, I'm going to mark it in orange just so it's easier to see, money in and money out. Capital gains is this column right here. So if you end up closing a position, say you've had some shares and then those shares are called away. If you have capital gains, whether or capital losses for that matter, that would go right here. Your average costs. So this is just the average cost of the stocks that you own in a position, in which case you're going to be selling calls on. Again, this is really easy to find in Robinhood too, but again, it's just really nice to have right there. So if we look at right, for example, you can see my average cost per stock is 16. And then my cost basis is basically what you'd have to sell those shares for to break even. And our goal isn't necessarily to break even, but it's good to know, and it's super easy to find out what your cost basis is. You just take your average cost, times that by the number of shares, and then subtract how much premium you've collected on that, which I have in this row right here, and then divide that by the number of shares, and that'll give you your cost basis. I also have my return on investment, on the collateral that I put up to collect premium, which is also really easy to find out. Also a good metric to track, because if you have a goal yearly, what your return on investment is, say you want to average, let's say 26%, which is a 0.5% a week. So if you're selling weekly options, on every option, you want to be at least collecting a 0.5%. My goal was 40, aiming more toward 52, expecting to be more around 40. So I try to be at least a 1% return on investment on the collateral that I'm putting up. Good to keep track of. And then if I'm holding a stock and if I get paid a dividend, I'll put that right here. And then I've recently started tracking my month to date and year to date. And then, of course, you want your total return on investment, or the total um, premium that you've collected in this last one here. And then right here, I call this the wheel total. So this is just basically how much how much I've collected premium wise per individual stock, and I'll only put this on the latest trade on that stock. So this one, for example, was the last trade I did on Black Rifle Coffee Company. I was able to collect a lot of premium on that. Um, and then I'll erase all the previous ones just so it's easier to keep track of what's where. It just makes more sense, a little more visually. So this is how I personally keep track of my options trades, and I found it's very helpful. Um, and you can do it however you want. This is just a Google spreadsheet, which is a really nice tool. Well, anyway, I hope you folks enjoyed the video. If you want to follow me on my journey to growing my portfolio to $100,000, please like and subscribe. Leave comments if you have any advice, input, things that you do, how you keep track of your options, the type of strategy that you run. Till next time.